Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
Tech wreck. Chicky.
Tech wreck. Time to get your tech wreck.
All right, Sanjay, it's Tech Wreck time. What do you have for us this week?
I've got a little interesting little device. So it's another Shelly device. I've talked about Shelly devices before, but this time, so here's the setup. We wanted to add another light in our kitchen, over our kitchen sink. So we had not planned for one there. And so we needed one there, but, we had to kind of wire it off of the other canned lights that we already have there, but we wanted to control it separately. Couldn't do that because we don't have another switch. We don't have power to another switch and the whole thing. So what we did was I put this little guy, I had my electrician do this, but this little guy in between the other can lights and this light. And so what this little guy does, it's the Shelly One Mini Gen 3, is it does Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on one side, and it is essentially a switch. And so I've got it connected to this one light. And so when the power comes on in the kitchen, it's set to automatically stay off. And then I can use a remote switch to tell that little Shelly to turn the power on to that light. And so I can turn the light on over the kitchen sink. So it's like it's independently controlled. And we didn't have to do a crazy amount of wiring to make this all happen and tear open walls and things like that. So
that's great.
So you can use these things to do some interesting stuff. If you don't have smart switches in your house, you can actually use these things to put them in behind your light switch to make them into smart switches.
Nice.
And this thing runs about $15. So it's pretty inexpensive. You can find the link in the show notes, but it's a really neat way of making things smart, that aren't smart right now, and doing them in a way that makes it not be obvious that you've done any of this stuff. And so
that's great. Love it.
It works with a app on your phone, or it can work with a home automation system like we've got. So
fantastic.
There you go. What about you, Adam? What do you have for us this week?
So I think I've talked about this before, but I just started reusing it again. So I gotta recommend Loom.com. So before I was using Dropbox Capture, but unfortunately Dropbox Capture got deprecated. And so,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were shutting it down or whatever. So I moved over to Loom. Loom gives you the ability to record a video message, and then you can see when somebody watches the message and they leave comments. They can also leave a video reply to you, but you can also do screen recordings. And so like the coolest feature, here's the coolest feature. So last weekend we had a 48 and 48 event where we were, that's my nonprofit where we build 48 free nonprofit websites in 48 hours. And so we had a 48 and 48 event, and I needed to walk somebody through a process for how to do something. So I set up a Loom recording. It recorded my screen. It recorded my voice. And I walked through, click here, do this, blah, 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 blah. Then I was able to go into a screen, and it used AI to automatically generate a standard operating procedure document with step 1, screenshot directions, step 2, screenshot directions, step 3. So like walk through this entire document. And then I was also able to copy that, paste it into a document. And then at the top, I was able to embed the actual walkthrough video that it did for me.
Oh, cool.
So now they can click and see the walkthrough video that I did, or they can see the written step-by-step with screenshot instructions. And literally, I did a 3-minute recording. That's all I did. And then at the end of it, I had like this massive document with all this information that I could hand over to volunteers to do stuff and walk them through it. Cool. And it was amazing. So
that's
I'm
awesome.
loving Loom. It is an amazing way to communicate. In fact, I had a follow-up email I was going to do to somebody because they said like, hey, why don't you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about like, what you've done in the past. And I was like, instead of making that an email, can I just record it and send you a link to the video? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And so I did like a 3-minute recording. Hey, I'm Adam. This is what I do. This is what I'm about. Blah, 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 blah. Here's what you need to know about me. Boom, I'm out. And then I can even see if people watched it, and it's more personable, and it's just so great all around.
Yeah.
So highly, highly, highly recommend it. I do believe that video communication on a service like Loom at some point will become a major mainstream way to communicate. I don't know when that will happen, but there will be a time where it'll be common to send you a video message as opposed to an email. So,
video instead of voice or email.
Yeah. I think, because think about it, like video communicates so much, it's so much faster.
Yeah.
And so much better. The communication when you can see somebody and listen to them is so much better than in written communication. So
I agree. I used to poo-poo this video call thing. I was like, audio is just good enough. I mean, this is like years and years ago.
Right.
And then we've gone and it's like, it really does add this level of depth that you just don't get. And I can't put my finger on what it's the body language or something, but there's a level of depth that you just get out of video. So that's pretty cool.
Totally agree.
I'll have to check that out.